We've owned the building for about 20 years, so, but that's all gone now.
Warehouse fire investigation. Drone 10 above it as plumes of smoke and flames destroyed a building in Portsmouth.
No one was hurt, but dozens of firefighters spent most of the day here. Early this afternoon, crews began to bring down what's left of the building. Good evening, I'm Tom Shad.
And I'm Aisha Tolliver. The fire caught people's attention in person and on social media. The smoke from the old windows on the World Warehouse on Duke Street could be seen for miles away.
It also caused power outages for homes and businesses nearby. We have live team coverage of the fire. Kagan Hughes is at the scene and Markeisha Jackson is downtown. We
start with Kagan, who's been live there since the fire broke out around 9:30 this morning. Kagan.
Yeah, Tom, Aisha, we've been here since 9:45 this morning, and actually when we arrived, firefighters were still attaching their hoses to the hydrants. Now, it's been going for more than 8 hours now, and you can still see there is some smoke inside this building. From the air, Drone 10 video shows massive black smoke and flames covering the 20,000 square foot warehouse. On the ground, the smoke and fire were seen escaping every crack and opening. Fire spread quickly with more than 80 firefighters from Portsmouth, Chesapeake, and Navy Region Fire Rescue helping to douse the flames. By going up and spraying the fire and hot spots, 10 on Your Side spoke to the owner of the building and his son.
There's anything and everything from tools to light fixtures to you name it. I mean, you could almost build a house out of that building, or used to.
It's not an active business, but a place for them to bring extra supplies.
We got a lot of rental property, so we pick up stuff here and there.
The owner told 10 on Your Side that the fire marshal says it started due to an RV camper outside the building. The warehouse that has been a place for them to store supplies for more than 20 years is now gone.
He's lost a lot here.
While Battalion Chief Joseph Thierret spoke, an explosion happens behind him.
So what we're doing is we're evacuating all the exposure units and the personnel and their vehicles to eliminate any additional hazard.
When 10 on Your Side arrived on scene, one wall saying Windows of the World was still intact. Now it was destroyed so it would not collapse and hurt anyone. And no injuries have been reported. Metropolitan Solutions is this building right next to this warehouse. They had to close down for the day because they had no power. We're live in Portsmouth. Kagan Hughes, 10 on Your Side.
Kagan, thank you. And as you just mentioned, the fire has affected so many people living nearby. Dominion Energy cut power to thousands of customers.
And most of that power is back on at this hour. Markeisha Jackson continues our live team coverage. Markeisha?
Hey, Asian Tom. Yes, many impacts from that fire felt in Portsmouth, especially here in downtown Portsmouth. Plenty of businesses are still waiting for their power to be restored. The Portsmouth Main Library even had to close their doors today due to the power outage. Now, Dominion tells us that out of the almost 3,000 customers who lost power, about 1,000 customers will need permanent repairs, and crews expect to begin that work later tonight. Some waiting anxiously on the power to be restored, like Guad's Mexican restaurant in downtown Portsmouth. At last check, their power still is not back on, and the owner says it's been a challenging day for them.
A fire down the road, and it never came back. Right as lunch started kicking in, everybody had to leave. Well, they're the ones that get hurt too. No tips, they're not working.
Now, once Dominion Energy receives the clearance to begin those repairs, they plan to start doing those later tonight. Live in Portsmouth, Markeisha Jackson, 10 on Your Side.
Thank you, Markeisha. Here's another view of that fire. It is from the lens of Chopper 10, really the aftermath. Now that the flames are out, you can see there really is not much left of this old Windows warehouse on Duke Street.
We'll continue to follow this story on air and on wavy.com and, of course, through our social media platforms. Stay with us as we get any new information about the fire.